So in a previous tracking widget playlist, the item carousel playlist, one of the things that I noticed was that if I was having a widget that was tracking my marker actor in the world, if I was to the right of that, when the marker was, say, in this position, I'd be losing the label. So I wanted to create a system that keeps the label within the screen at all times. So you can see that this is now kind of changing the position relative to where the actor is in the world. Now you'll see it's to the left, and now when I come over this box on the left hand side, it pushes it back into screen space. Now in this example I'm using the boundary. I've got two other examples that I'll show. So we're only actually using the top boundary and the left boundary to reset things on this occasion. That will make sense when we jump into the blueprints later on. Let me show you the other examples. In this second example, let's start the blades actually. If I press 1, we can trigger the blades. So in this example, I'm now offsetting the pie charts relative to the position. So rather than it being triggered by this boundary, it's now constantly calculating based on where the marker is in the world, and then is always going to be within. So if I come right down to the bottom left hand corner, the graphic remains on screen. If I come to the top right hand corner, it remains on screen. So you'll note that the RPM of the blades is linked to this widget, which is a material that I'm changing using material parameter collection, scalar value. The other two circles I've just hooked up to the X position and the Y position on screen of our marker in the world, projecting to screen position. So if you see, if I go up and down, the medium circle increases and decreases, and if I go left to right, then the smaller circle. So that was just to hook in some live data, but obviously it could be anything from a spreadsheet or being fed through from Google Sheet. So in option 3, you can see our marker at the top of the blades there, and when we're in the top right hand quadrant, our child widget offsets to the bottom left. So if I come to the bottom left, it offsets to the top right, and then the same is true for the opposite. So bottom right, it stays up there. So you can see that when I'm very close to the center, it's sort of switching between when I cross those center lines, which will mean that whenever I'm in that quadrant, it will switch over. So that's just variation on a theme. So, you know, we've got the border version, we've got the constant relative position, and we've got the quadrant switcher. And I'll run through all of those in the blueprints. So I hope that video is of use. If so, please do like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive any updates. And thank you for your support.